Hello and welcome back to Bourbon Barrel Talk. I'm your host, Scott Minton, and we are back in the Brock Bourbon Bar, and we are drinking rum. Exactly. We're drinking Rum Finished Bourbons, and there are a few different ones we're going to run through here, I guess is what I should have said.
Oh, shit.
First, we're going to start off with the Jefferson's Reserve Old Rum Cask Finish, which is a 90.2 proof bourbon that is finished in rum cask. And then we are going to...
Then Old Forester 117 series. They just dropped the rum finish.
Yeah, literally like this week.
Yes, July of 2024.
All right. And then we're going to finish it out with the high proof Highwest.
Well, it's not really a high proof. It's
not?
It's Highwest. It is coming in at just 100 proof.
Oh, okay.
It is a cask collection, a blend of straight bourbon whiskeys finished in Barbados rum barrels.
Barbados. Okay. Well, good deal. I don't know if we have any contact, or I'll let while we're sniffing and talking a little bit, I'll let our, what do we call that? Our control people that like
Tech support.
Tech support's going to have to check to see if we have any additional information on what kind of rum is in this Jefferson's, unless this little tag has it. I'm going to try to oh shit, that's too small. Somebody else better read that shit. Anyway, we're going to drink these. We're going to try to have a good time. And we're gonna tell them what we prefer and what we like and what we don't like.
So according to the very, very tiny lettering...
See, I'm glad Johnny could read that.
It is specifically selected old rum cask that previously held Gosling's Family Reserve.
Okay, does anybody know what Gosling's is? Is that...
Apparently it's awarded the best aged rum in Bermuda.
Oh, so it's Bermudian rum.
Bermudian?
I mean,
did you just make up something?
I mean, Barbadian would be Barbados rum. Jamaican. So I mean, I'm just like Ian. I'm like I'm just assuming that it's
maybe
Bermudian.
Bermudian.
Does that
sounds
right?
weird?
It does. It sounds weird, but I think it's probably right.
Bahamian.
Oh, Bahamian. See, there we go.
Told you didn't sound right.
Look at
that. Sounds too close to Bohemian.
I understand that, but I've been watching Shark Week, and so whenever they talk about Bermuda, they call them the Bahamians.
Fair enough. There we go. So anyway, let's start. Jefferson Reserve. It smells like bourbon finished in rum.
15 months aged.
It's definitely got some like sugar notes there, man. A little bit of like light like tropical fruit. I feel like I'm going straight Johnny Tsunami here. I feel like there's mango on the nose.
Not wrong.
That is so weird.
It's got a juicy fruit gum kind of.
Do you have juicy fruit gum here?
You're saying papaya, Barbara?
It kind of has that meatiness there to it, kind of like that rough fruit meatiness.
That fleshiness.
Fleshiness, whatever.
Yeah.
Rough.
Rough. And it's still like, not fully
breaking
right.
into New Kids on the Block. Rough. Hanging tough. Sorry. All right.
Is that your beach song?
I like the nose.
Yeah.
There is absolutely nothing on the taste. There's nothing. No, there's no flavor.
I mean, there's like a faint flavor on the back palate.
Of water, yes, but I'm shook, man.
That might quite possibly be the blandest bourbon I've ever tried.
Look
in
at
my
the color.
entire life.
I mean, I know no one can see this, but like look at the color
it's
difference.
very light colored, but I'm not kidding. Like this is mild.
But it's
got
got
info
it.
on the whiskey they used before this.
So think of unsweetened Kool-Aid mixed with water.
Why do I want to think about that?
Because I'm getting like this little fruit flavor that just it just kind of gets there. I get the fruit, and then it just kind of fades like mid palate.
But I get lots of sugar.
Yes,
like it's sweet, but I feel like it's just missing the complexity that you would typically get from a bourbon. I mean, like I don't get any vanilla, I don't get any caramel,
I don't get any finish at all. It dies,
which is very
almost
it is
at
very
the
sweet.
mid-palate.
Yeah, that is weird.
Yeah.
I mean, you could mix this with anything if you just wanted to add alcohol to something. And,
yeah, for sure.
And make a cocktail. But I
add alcohol to bourbon, so you could make it a cocktail.
No, I'm just saying if you wanted to make a cocktail, you could literally just use this, and it wouldn't matter if it was supposed to be a white liquor or bourbon or anything else. I mean, it's
did this bottle have like an extreme amount of sunlight?
Well, it's an older bottle, correct? Yeah, so maybe...
was it stored properly? Because if it faded in the sun over time, I mean, that would explain the light coloring and such.
Yeah, but I mean, I've never... I mean, even like sun-washed like bourbon, I've never had it lose like all of the flavor and texture out of it.
Has anyone had Gosling's Family Reserve before?
I've not.
I've
had Goslings, but that's a ginger ale. It's not very good ginger ale, but I've had it.
It just doesn't seem very complex or depth.
No.
Is some of that because of the proof, that it's more of a higher proof might have some of that depth?
I mean, you would make some assumptions there, yes, but we wouldn't know.
All right, on to Old Forester. Now, this is what bourbon finished in rum should smell like. And I'm not saying it because I'm an Ofo fanboy.
But you are.
I am absolutely an Ofo fanboy. But like this has got some nice. It's got some vanilla. It's got some like caramelized sugars. It's got a little bit of like what I would say is some kind of like fruity note. Maybe a little bit of pineapple.
It's like a pineapple banana juice.
Yeah.
It's definitely something more tropical.
Yeah. Pineapple, banana. There's definitely some baking spice on the nose.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to remember the barrels that they use. I know they mentioned it at the release, but I can't remember.
Was it Dominica?
I think that's right. It is Dominica.
Dominica. They weren't from the Dominican, but they were like Dominica or
from the
it's whatever
from the Caribbean
Foreman's,
islands.
Yeah, it's whatever their newest rum that Brown Foreman bought. The master distiller was talking about.
Paid a lot of it.
Sorry, the assistant master distiller. What?
Molasses forward.
I don't get anything necessarily that dark.
Now, one thing interesting that I get,
it's very heavy banana. It's very heavy banana on the nose, and it's got, like I said, there's like a touch of pineapple or like pineapple-y, like banana. Like it reminds me of that pineapple banana juice.
No, one thing that I noticed
Which is what I said.
Is that what you said? Okay.
Yes, you nodded at me.
No,
like you agreed.
No, I thought you said it was just a mixture of the two. I didn't hear you say the juice. My bad. But yeah, I agree. I 100% agree.
A little bit what I was getting was kind of like a toasted coconut that kind of moves into some spice.
On the nose? Coconut?
No.
Oh,
on the
palate.
palate.
Okay, my bad.
Yes.
I haven't got to the palate yet.
I'm sorry. I'm ahead of you guys then. But yes, no, I definitely get that on the nose.
What are your thoughts, Matt? Is it your favorite thing ever?
The best.
I can tell.
Oh, it does got a really nice, like, coconutty, like, especially on the mid palate.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then it just like the spice kind of kicks in a little bit.
Yep.
I don't know why. Rum finishes just don't do it for me anymore.
Did they once?
Yeah.
I think at one point.
Yeah, at one point they did.
I think what's really happened, and I'm making an assumption here because I know Matt, and we've drank a lot of the similar things. I think because Matt has been so immersed in actual, like, good rum that's been aged in bourbon barrels that I think that he equates the two of they should be somewhat similar, but they're not because one is rum and one is bourbon finished in rum barrels.
It's just, I would have liked to try this at cask strength. I'll pull Scott here. I would like to try this at cask strength.
So they literally put Ofo 100 in these barrels, so it was never really cask strength.
Yeah, that was at least how it was explained to us.
He said they took their standard Ofo 100 and then
6 months, I think it was
6 months in these Dominica barrels.
And they were fresh, too.
And they were fresh, yeah, because he said he sent them, and literally they had them in there within a couple of days.
So did they proof it down to 95, or did it just average out?
That's just what it averaged out to being. So it lost proof while it was aging.
Do you know if they aged it in the warehouse, like the temperature-controlled one downtown? Or?
I have no idea. He didn't mention what warehouses or anything.
And, knowing rum, that usually clocks in, somewhere between 65 to 80 proof. And if there's any juice kind of left in that
the barrel
that would have seeped, it would have kind of mixed with it and kind of lowered that proof a little.
I thought he said, though, the rum was right around 90 or 100 proof.
No, he did. That's right. He did because they said because of the extreme temperature and the heat that there was a lot of evaporation.
Yeah. Like I think he said that it was like, maybe I even think he might have said 110, which, so I don't know. I just can't remember.
Anyone else getting a tea, like an herbal tea on the finish? The banana is still lingering all the way through.
If anybody's going to get that, it's going to be Babs.
Get a little bit of that.
Speaking of which, she's going to come in here real quick. So it's not necessarily that I get herbal tea. It's more of a plantain. Not a banana, but a plantain. Like, think of a
we know what a plantain is.
Wow.
I usually prefer them fried and then to dip them in guacamole.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Okay, sorry. Were you saying something?
Always, but you always interrupt
mojito
me.
goes good with plantains.
Oh, dude, I love it.
But plantain, it's just kind of more of an earthier
banana.
Exactly.
Yeah,
and I get that from this.
Gotcha.
Okay, that makes sense.
I think the coconut is like the prominent piece there.
Yes.
And I getting a faint, like almost like chocolatey type note too.
Are you going the Mounds route?
No, yeah, probably more Mounds because there's no almond joy in there for sure. There's no almonds. There's no
almonds.
nuttiness.
Right.
But like, it's not even like a dark chocolate. It's almost like a semi-sweet chocolate that's kind of like on that. It's real close to the finish, like in between the mid palate and the finish. There's like almost like a tiny chocolatey note that I feel like I'm picking up, and it could be coffee, it could be chocolate. It's something around that at ballpark.
Because I think at one point I mentioned toffee. I mean, would that kind of equate that?
Yeah, that could be it. But toffee's typically sweeter. I don't know. Crazy.
I was expecting it to be sweeter, and it's really not.
I was expecting both of these to be sweeter than we've had so far, and I'm not getting it.
No, but I tell you what, I really like this Old Forester one. All right, Highwest. What we got? So this is what, 90 proof or 100 proof?
100 proof. It is part of their cask collection. So they had also recently released some Chardonnay for it. It says it's a one-of-a-kind batch. Incredible balance, complexity, and depth of flavor. Whether sipped neat or stirred into a cocktail, the whiskey is a thrilling experience and to the delight of any whiskey lover.
Man, I like the color on it already.
I was about to say, it probably has the best color of the
I
three.
agree.
And it's got a killer label, too. The dark label with the gold lettering. Oh, yeah.
The nose has a little bit more baking spice.
It has the most of the others.
It doesn't have the
three.
sweetness as the other three on the nose.
No.
Because the first one, kind of had that kind of like fruity rum sweetness.
Yeah.
Second one, I got actually a little bit of like that sugar cane sweetness out of the Old Forester, but I'm getting more of like a base.
Now, to me, the ethanol's more coming through on the nose on this one.
Agreed.
Like how rum kind of has that ethanol-y like smell.
Yeah, but this one's the best one of the three so far, in my opinion.
Just from the nose or the taste?
I tasted it.
Okay.
All the above. I mean, I 100%. This one ranks above it, and it's not like an over. Yeah,
That's pretty good.
yeah.
That's pretty good.
And maybe it's just because it's not an overbearing rum flavored as opposed to
It's blended well.
the gold water that we had on pour number one.
I will say this, though. It drinks to proof.
Yeah.
It's
yeah,
got
yeah.
some burn. It's got some punch.
But I wonder if that helps if they use like a higher rye bourbon in this than the others, right?
Yeah.
To kind of
I
counteract.
still don't know if this is my favorite of the three because
that's
I
mine.
feel like there's definitely some spice in there. That,
All right, fanboy, relax for a minute.
No. I'm just saying, like, listen, I love High West too. Like, I've been drinking a ton of High West lately. There's something, there's a peppery note that I don't necessarily care for mixing with that rum. Like, there's like, it's almost like a white pepper spice.
It's spicy.
Yeah. And the rum is not sweet enough to counteract the bitterness that's causing.
Right.
You'd be expecting the rum sweetness to the sugarcane sweetness to kind of cut through
Right.
some of that and be slightly more prominent.
Right.
And like I said, I like this.
Yeah.
But to me, I feel like that's kind of where it's missing the punch. Like, it's like this could be a fantastic pour if it was just a touch sweeter.
See, I think it's great as it. What if you add a few drops of water to it? You think that would change?
Let's try. Where's the water? Water. Give me some water.
Yeah, I'm not going to add water to the other two. This one, though, I think.
You don't want to add water to water?
I mean, one is already water. I added some water. Let's see what happens to the nose. I'm afraid it's just going to pull the rye out because I do believe this is probably like a 21 to 36% rye.
Wow, how did you come to that assumption, Scott?
What do you mean? They don't necessarily use that all the time, Matt.
I didn't say that. That's how you came to that assumption.
I think the rye does pop a bit more on the nose with added drops of water.
Yeah, it does. It is some sweetness, though, with the rye.
Mm-hmm.
It may have helped.
Some of that sugar cane comes through a little bit more stronger.
The weird thing is on the taste, the sweet, it actually accentuates a little bit of the sweetness a little bit more than it did before, but there's little notes of that rye floral are kind of poking their way through.
I agree.
Yeah, I agree. I don't know that it's poking its way through any more than what it was before, though.
But I think I'm just getting a little bit more sweetness though out of it. Though.
I'm also starting to get a little mint on the front.
Oh, you and your mint. Go away with
listen,
it.
dude, if I taste it, I taste it.
Go
And
away.
at least it's not dill.
Dale.
Dale. Man,
Dale.
I was going to water.
I tried
so
it.
pissed doing it
He's
too.
so mad. He's like,
It was bad.
stupid water.
This was the best one of the three, and now I have to put fucking water in it.
That's exactly what I felt. Like to a T.
Your face said it all.
Begrudgingly.
So the funny thing is, I'm gonna give my opinion about these.
No way. You are?
Yeah,
No.
I think it's gonna surprise
Please
you a
do
little
tell
bit.
everybody
So,
your opinion.
It's almost like it's his show.
on the nose, I'm going the Highwest.
Okay.
I can agree with that. Yeah.
On the palate,
You're going those.
so I'm gonna go Highwest, Old Foe, Jeffersons on the nose.
Okay. See, I would flip
palate,
it. I would go.
I would
go,
flip it. I would go Old Foe for the taste, then Highwest, then Jeffersons.
That's funny. I'm the opposite. I mean, obviously Jefferson's is on the bottom. for
Yes,
both.
100%.
But the other two, I would flip.
This
right?
is the Jefferson's is the Miller Light or Bud Light.
Miller High Life.
Yes.
the champagne.
Pabst Blue Ribbon.
Yes.
Bush.
Busch,
Don't
yes.
insult PBR like that.
I mean, it's about as mild as you can get.
Schlitz.
So I think the nose is.
Slits. Colt 45.
Hey, it was just July 4th. There was more Pabst Blue Ribbon sold on July 4th.
Yeah, because they're offered the 180 case.
Yes.
Really, 180 case?
Yes.
I had no idea they were doing that. That's
I
funny.
thought
fucking
and
wild.
PBR does like the 99 bottle case, right?
Well, no, that's why they upped it. They upped it to the 180 case.
Because why not?
insane.
What do they charge for that?
Oh God, I gotta go look it up. I think it was like $200 or something.
Imagine like
that.
college kids scrapping together $200.
I mean,
Because
why not?
nowadays they could.
Why
That
not?
could feed a party.
Yeah,
for sure.
absolutely.
For a little bit.
Yeah.
So I think
For a
overall,
few hours.
overall though, I'm going to go Old Foe, High West, Jefferson's,
Nah.
and it's really close.
That's a nod dog for me.
All right, and you are obviously
High
High
West.
West, Old Foe, Jefferson's. Nick,
I think I'm in the same boat as you, Scott. To where,
Boo. Shut off his mic.
yeah, no. But the thing is that I like the nose on one better than all the
on
rest.
one.
Whoa,
No,
whoa,
no.
whoa, whoa,
On
whoa.
one.
On
of
one of
them.
the. Okay, gotcha.
And then
We almost had to really shut off your
Yeah,
mic there
yeah,
for a
no.
second.
We almost had to change venues.
no.
Hey, can we get a sub in from the bullpen for him?
Bring in the reliever, the left-handed
Southpaw.
southpaw.
But yeah, I think the thing is that the Old Forester just barely edges out the High West because I think both of those are in a category of its own right now in what we're tasting,
Yep.
and the other one is just somewhere out in the rest of the universe, not even close.
Yeah,
It's so funny.
yeah. All right, Johnny Tsunami, bring us home, big dog.
I'm gonna side with Matt on this
Yes,
one.
he can stay.
And I think I've had better 117s, and I think I was wanting it to get there, and it never quite.
Yeah,
Yeah, the
showed up.
117s have been solid.
They've been solid, and this one was just
So-
a little weaker
all
in
right.
my opinion.
So we
So
got
we're tied.
but it's close. I mean, it is very close.
We're
between the two.
tied.
So we need somebody from the peanut gallery to break the tie.
Maybe
God
the, maybe the
damn
other
it. Do we really
person.
want this
person to break?
Go ahead, Barbara.
Maybe.
Break the
Okay,
tie.
so what's the tie? Remind me.
Oh my gosh.
There's 3 bottles. Which one do you like the best?
And which one don't?
And
you
which
like the
one
best?
is? And which one's first? Which one's second? And which one's
third?
last? This is not rocket science, Barbara.
But it could be.
She has had a lot to drink today.
And I've been dealing with my children.
And children. Go ahead.
Should we bring in the closer?
Do we need to bring in the left hand again out of the bullpen again? You just got one pitch and you didn't get it across the plate. Oh my god.
While she's doing that, I'm
the
gonna,
quick review.
Speaking of children, there's some streamer called Elden Ring a environmental disability because she had children and there's no pause feature, and it threw everybody in uproar. And I was like, I've never heard that before. Someone calling their kids an environmental disability.
All right. So you either like the High West better overall or the Old Forester overall.
Or she likes the Jeffersons.
Oh,
she
hell
doesn't
no.
like any of them.
I think Old Forester is just nicking out just a tiny bit.
I think it's super
Why
close.
did we ask her to do this?
I
We
think
knew
it's
she was
super
gonna
close.
say.
Well, not necessarily. Her and
necessarily.
Tsunami
Way
are
to agree.
usually.
Yeah.
Way to agree with Scott. Do you know that?
Her and Tsunami typically
Me and
are on
Scott
point.
don't
Yes.
necessarily always mix.
Brian,
But
we
you
need
did.
you over here.
Brian,
to
get over
counter,
here.
Counter
Come
the
on.
counter.
Oh my God! Counter the counter. Then we have 0 tiebreakers left. We're gonna ask the cat.
Sample the cats.
Bring one of the
happens.
children down.
Where's Noah?
So the Highwest, the
He's
nose.
trying to sleep.
So the nose in the Highwest is phenomenal. The finish is great. There's no transition from one to the other for me. I really don't get a whole lot that's in the middle of it. So for me, the 117 edges out. I know.
What are
I
these
know.
traders, man?
No.
It's
Why
not
did I invite him
traitors.
over? You would have been better off sitting at the other table.
It's a matter of
Hey,
opinion.
wait a
man.
minute. You're the one who called in the
I
reliever.
know,
I Matt's like, can I bring somebody? Can I bring in the
The right-handed
the guy that pitches both left and right-handed? Have you seen
Got a
that guy?
double-sided glove. Yeah.
Have you seen that guy?
Yeah.
Dude, that's crazy. He throws 90 both ways. That's insane. Anyway,
At least Tommy John's on one elbow. He's still fine.
you ain't lying. So,
Well, he can get them both at the same time.
that's right.
2-for-1 deal.
That's right. All right. Well, I guess that's our episode of Bourbon Barrel Talk.
Fine.
If you want to find us, you can find us on Facebook, the Instagram, or the X. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, whether you're listening to Spotify or iTunes or I know Google Podcast is Johnny Tsunami's favorite over there.
YouTube music, buddy.
YouTube music. Oh,
Yeah.
my bad. I messed that up.
That's
Anyway,
right.
if you want to find us, you can also email us at bourbonbarreltalk@gmail.com. This is Scott, Johnny Tsunami, Nick, and DJ Jazzy Jaznoff signing off.
Prost.
Spit on that thing.